Hey guys, Rox here. Well, today some great things came in the mail. So we got our license plate in. There'll be a video coming up of me driving over to pick that up. You know, riding the ZX6R, and let me tell you, it was an amazing trip. So I had a lot of fun. Anyways, that being said, we got a lot of things to change out today. I got some parts coming in and some things I think y'all might find really cool. I'll probably do an individual video for each one. But for now, I think what we'll do is record taking off the seat, taking off this ugly ass, whatever you want to call it. It's for your turn signals and stuff. I got something a lot cooler for that. I won't have to worry about these ugly ass turn signals or any of this stuff. So that'll be cool, and y'all get to watch that. Obviously got our new license plate, so that we'll plug this one in for sure. And what else do we got? Oh, we got something really special. I think y'all will really dig this as well. Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna put, you know, maybe a couple of them back here, and then, you know, a couple up front. I'll let y'all figure out what that is. There will be a video up for that as well. So for now, I guess what we'll do is we will go ahead and start taking this bad boy apart. Now, luckily, I found a tripod for my GoPro, so let's see if we can get us set up here in a spot where y'all can see. And what I'll do is do a little bit of editing here, but make sure it's pointed right. Let's go ahead and look at our video here. I know it's a super view, so. All right, let's just bring you forward and down just a hair. Now, I'm balancing it on my other bike, would you believe it or not. And we'll put it on the chair here. What do y'all think? I know this is a little bit of a slanted angle, but naturally, these bikes kind of just, you know, lean like that. It's just the way it is. That should be good. All right, so first things first on this, I think what we do is open up our garage here. Sorry if it's loud. Get us a little bit of light. All right. We got the new license plate. Got some light in here. We're gonna need a couple of tools here to get into this, but first thing you need to be able to get under anything is a key. Now under this model right here, and the 650, which the camera is actually sitting on, you need your key. And your key is actually what lets you get into the seat. So we'll get down here, turn the key, boom. And on this particular model, you pull the seat up. Okay, so the seat comes off first, naturally. On the 650, you actually pull the passenger seat off first. So go ahead and take off the passenger seat as well, because I'm gonna have to take off both, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Oh, right. That's right, you don't use that. So there's a little, here I'll show you, make it easier for you to see. You go ahead and bring this up here. Now, you may notice this is not a stock battery. This right here is actually how I record engine sound if I want to do specifically for the engine and the stock muffler and all that. This is how I do it. I actually put a piece of craft foam in here, and I kind of like sandwich this in, like boom. And when I put the seat on, it doesn't move. So that's why you don't hear any rattling when I do it. Anyway, so right here, let's get really close. This right here is, you pull it, right? You pull it, and there's a little latch. If you see right here, we'll bring it in closely. There's a little latch there, and that's what holds the passenger seat on. You can see it moving. So when I pull this, boom, you're removing that latch right there, and that latch is exactly what holds that seat down. Okay, so this, I believe, is my buyer's guide or buyer's tag or something. It was like my temporary registration. Definitely need one of those. Okay, go ahead and get you set back up here. Make sure you're lined up really well. I don't have a cameraman with me today, so it'll just be me. Boom. All right, there we go. Anyways, so as far as I know, to be able to take this apart and to be able to replace all these different things, you know what? We'll grab it so y'all can actually see. So we got all these screws here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think these have to go too as well, maybe. You get these little push pin things, and this is all for the two side frames. If you look at it, you come down here, you can follow it, and it goes all the way up this way. And I'm gonna say on the inside, there's probably some more push snaps. I think that's what that is right there. There's one right here, and I'm pretty sure you have to push this in to get it out. You probably use, you know, some type of punch or something like that, and boom, it comes out like that. Yeah, so there you go, easy. Just like that. Anyways, so we're gonna take all this stuff off. We'll just use this key here to snap all those off. And what we're gonna do is take pictures of all of it so we don't lose where all of our spots are. But this right here has something to do with the exhaust. It's not like a dampener or something, but I can't remember exactly what it does, but you need to pull this off. There's a screw here, and I think, yeah, these two nuts right here need to come off, I'm pretty sure. And under it is how you get access to this monstrosity, which I am taking the entirety off, and I will be replacing this light as well. And we won't be using these anymore. We'll be using a light. So, hint, hint, we're replacing this. And I think it's gonna be fan-fucking-tastic. I think y'all really like it. Anyways, so I guess let's get working on it. I'm gonna have to take some pictures of my phone so I don't lose progress. I do recommend if you're ever working on your own vehicles or whatever and you're not 100% where everything goes, definitely take the time to take a couple of pictures. It's only gonna benefit you, all right? You know what we can do here? The cool thing is, this is a very, very big thing here, so I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. Bring it up, bring this one up. And let's see if we can tuck you in a little bit there. There we go. Now you can see what I'm working on. And here we go. So first things first, what I like to do whenever I'm working on anything related to the bike, I'm not the most mechanically inclined person in the world. I'm okay at it, but I'm not like, you're not gonna see me rebuilding engines or anything like that anytime soon. I'm definitely gonna have to learn quite a bit about that. Changing out like the exhaust system, super easy. There's only like 5 screws total that you have to deal with. For this, it's looking like we're probably somewhere around 9 to 10. Just, I gotta take these panels off, I gotta take this back part off, I have to take this entire thing off, and we gotta pull this back. There's a couple of things. I did actually, as a matter of fact, I replaced the stock battery as a lead battery, and I put a lithium battery in there, so that's definitely gonna be a lot better. One of the main things that you wanna do, I don't know, maybe it's just me, I like removing some of the excess weight, especially on the 650, especially on this bike. This bike, the exhaust is probably 20 pounds. So even just putting a slip on, it's probably gonna remove 10 pounds of weight, which is insane. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my initial pictures here. I like doing this because it gives me a baseline so I know what everything looked like before I started screwing with everything. We'll know where all these screws are in it. I recommend watching a YouTube video before you do any of this stuff, like especially if you don't know what you're doing. Watch a YouTube video or two, come out here, start turning wrenches and learning. This is a really good thing to learn. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a good picture in here because we're taking this entire tree off. And we're gonna go ahead and start working on it now. Okay, I think I got a bunch of good pictures here. We know what these look like. Now I need to get my tools. And just so happens you need Allen wrenches for a lot of this, by the way. Allen wrenches are your best friend when it comes to this. I do have a set of Allen wrenches, but in most cases, I think like 5mm with one of these little attachments right here will be enough. Let me pull it out and see what we got here. 'Cause I think those are usually 5mm. Let's see here. We're gonna try a 5mm and see what it looks like. It might be a 5mm. I'll tell you right now, it is a 5mm. All right, so for these screws, 5mm. These ones up top will have a plastic washer on them. You can see this washer right here. They're really small and they have plastic washers. So let's go ahead and, I like to take a picture of every step. Everything I take out, I take a picture of. That way I can place everything exactly where it was, all right? Is that very important? Show that it has a plastic washer right there, boom, and the size is super small. Check. I do recommend that if you're doing this to take a lot of pictures, watch videos, make sure that you're doing it right. You don't want to do this wrong, because if you do something wrong, you know, this bike is pretty safe as long as you're not driving like a jackass. So try not to do anything that makes it unsafe, right? All right, so this is also a short one. And I also try to keep all these screws, washers, all that stuff, keep them separated. You know, which parts go to which parts. I usually put them in a grid, right? These ones from the top, I'm gonna put further away. The ones in the middle, I'm gonna put in the middle. You know, kind of make your own little diagram on the bottom down here. This one was not on very tight. That's not a good sign. Okay. This one seems to be a little bit longer. And it is longer. Okay. So let me show you why you want to take pictures of everything you do. Notice the size difference here? See, this one's smaller, this one's in the middle, this one's longer, it's in the back. But you wouldn't know that unless you were paying really close attention. It's very easy to put the wrong part in the wrong spot, and then you're dealing with that whole situation. Then you're like, oh shit, I don't have one of the screws that's supposed to go where it's supposed to go. So what I like to do is take a picture of it by what hole it's on. There you go, got a picture of it. Very important, because you definitely do not want to put the wrong screw in the wrong hole and then be like, oh shit, where did that one screw go? This one doesn't fit. You know? I mean, like, granted, this is only for these plastic fairings, but some of these plastic fairings are screwed into parts that are that need to be there. So, all right, we got those two. Let's see what else we need here. There may be a little snap-ons here and there. We'll see once I start kind of playing with it a little bit. I want to say that one goes there, this one goes there, that one goes there, and that's what I'm talking about. So these are the little push-ins that you get. There we go. These are the little push-ins you get. Here's the difference, all right? Notice. See how it's small on one side and big on the other? Now look at the hole. If you push in with something like this, it pushes this down and makes it loose. So now to get it back in there, you gotta push it in from the bottom to snap it back in. So, I'm gonna take a picture. They're both the same size. We're gonna take a picture of where they go. Very important. You don't want to forget where each piece goes, okay? One there, and one here. Okay, there we go. These go on the right side. These are the right ones. You never know if they're gonna use a different size on each piece. Okay, there we go. Look at that. This beautiful plastic piece that's probably about 30, 40 bucks because, you know, everything in the motorcycle world is hyper overpriced. Now me, I'll put it on top of my other motorcycle, but, you know, put it somewhere safe where it's not gonna fall. Now on this other side, we already have it pulled off, so this is easy. All we do is come over here. We got the snaps off, so all you gotta do is pull these snaps out. There we go, boom, they're out. We already got pictures of where they go. We know they go on the right side, so we're gonna put them on the right side. All right. Yeah, pardon the allergies. I've had allergies all day today. Something about corpus trees just don't like me. All right, let's see here. You gotta be super careful not to break anything out. You know? These only go in one way, so you definitely want to be extra careful when you're pulling this apart. These plastics are not cheap. Okay, there we go. Now, what you may notice here, so we got these two pieces of plastic off. Let me go ahead and pick you up real quick so we can get a better view here. Okay, so now this is what it looks like without all the plastics on. You'll see here, this is it's a modification. This is not standard on every bike, but this is basically it's a Scout. What is it used for, you ask? If some dickhead tries to steal it and they don't see this, the cops will show up at their door and grab my fucking bike back. There you go. So this is a Scout. There you go. It's actually a Scout. You can see the cable here. I'm gonna pull it out while we're working on what we're working on. We're gonna put that down there. Okay, next part is to take this part off, and I don't know where it takes off at, so that's gonna be a mystery. I'm assuming it starts right here. I know we need to take this part off. Let's see here. I think these screws come off too. Okay, so there we go. Now we're gonna get into it again. Let's go ahead and put that this way. Let's go ahead and make sure everything's lined up. I want y'all to be able to see so y'all know what y'all are getting into whenever y'all work on these. I mean, maybe you won't be working on this very specific bike, but the principles definitely work on every bike, okay? I do recommend, by the way, if you're gonna have a motorcycle, make sure you have a fucking GPS unit on it somewhere. I mean, they're not impossible. They're kind of expensive. They're not impossible to, they may not work every single time, but when they do work, you will get your bike back, right? So. One thing I recommend, by the way, if you're going to use, or if you're gonna do anything on the lighting, unplug your battery. I haven't done anything close to the lighting yet, so we're gonna unplug the battery here. Now, all right, so this was a 5mm Allen key, just so y'all know, it's 5mm. And we're gonna go ahead and pull out one of these Phillips heads, because that's what these terminals are connected by. We're gonna go ahead and pull all that off, and this is gonna cause me to have to do a little bit of extra work, but that's okay. We're gonna pull it off, pull this thing out. Come on. There we go, it's off. Make sure you pull your damn terminals out. If you're going to be working on anything electrical, you want to make sure these are off. Now, this is a pain in the ass because it means I have to go ahead and fucking do all of this shit all over again. But it's okay. So, terminals unplugged. Now, I have this one kind of specially placed in because I'm using a different battery than what came with the unit. That's okay. So, make sure you hold your screws here. Make sure you don't lose them. These go to the battery terminal. They're kind of fat and it'll look kind of weird, but I've dealt with these, so I know exactly what they are. We're gonna put them off to the side. All right, there we go. Batteries are disconnected. Now, let's go ahead and I think we have to pull these off, I'm pretty sure. We'll find out what these go to. We're gonna take a screenshot. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so this is the cover that goes on top of that little part that comes off in the back. So we're gonna go ahead and take a picture. I take a picture of every single part I take off and when I take it off. That way, I always know where these screws go, all right? Where these screws go. This screw goes right there. Take a good picture of it, okay? This goes right here. Where does it go to? It goes to that hole. All right, awesome. So now we know. Now we know. All right, awesome. I like to put all my screws in the diagram, or in a diagram style, you know, exactly how it looks, all right? That way, when I go to put it back together, there's less fighting on, all right, where does this piece go? Where does that piece go? Now, this is going to be a multi-stage video here, right? Just so you'll know. It's going to take me a couple of videos to get everything together. I'm going to have this part off for a while, but here we go. This section, we're going to take a picture of this section too. Where does this section go? I wonder. It's very important to do this. Be anal about it because you want to make sure all your parts go exactly where they're supposed to go, right? We want to make sure that we know every part that we took off and where they go. You should definitely be very anal about this. You want to make sure that you're definitely taking off what needs to be taken off. Okay. Now, we took that off. We're going to go ahead and loosen these two. And I think this is the only thing that's holding this light back on here. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew these. We're going to see what size they are. They're very small. I actually cut it a very, very interesting groove here. Let's see. Take a picture of that. Okay. We'll always know what this is. Okay, there you go. Oh, let's take a picture of this. Okay. Take a picture of that. We'll put these screws inside there. I usually try to keep the screws with the pieces that I pulled off. That's a big piece of advice that I can give you. Make sure you keep your screws with the pieces you took off. That way, there's no, no second guessing yourself. You know exactly where that piece came from. All right, now, I'm gonna give you a good look in here once I get these last two pieces off of this thing here. Now, these two are kind of unmistakably easy to find because they have big fucking washers on them, alright? Let's look at this washer. Look at that. That is a big fucking washer. This is the last part that holds that stock light on. And we're taking that stock light the fuck off today. So, as with everything else, what did I say? Take pictures of it. Where did it come from? Where's it going? We need those grommets too, if I remember correctly, for this light that I'm getting. So we're going to take all this stuff. Here we go. This goes here. Now, big fucking head's in the way, so what we're going to do here, put a light on. Okay. Get back on my body. Check. Now, here soon, I should be getting in the parts that I want, and y'all are gonna like this. I know I'm gonna like it. Y'all might think this is a little excessive, but one of the key things I like to do when I'm riding my motorcycle is be seen. Why? Because people don't pay attention to you. I was almost ran over today, guys. You gotta really be careful. Someone cut me off, cut some other car off, and well, cut another car off and literally didn't see me and was within probably about 2 to 3 inches of my bike, my rear wheel. So, you know, that's plenty of reason why you need to pay the fuck attention, because you don't know when one of these geniuses is gonna come flying by you and, you know, damn near take you out. I mean, you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy that's found on the side of the fucking road. I don't want to be that guy either. So always be safe, guys. Alright. That should be the last part that's holding this whole fucking light harness together, I think. Let's see here. Do you feel like there's something else on here? No, it doesn't. I think we need to pull these grounds up though. Okay, so I need to pull this off before we can even get started with that. Now, what do we got here? Let's see how high it is. Okay, so I definitely have to use this. So, luckily this tool set has some very nice pieces on it. Where is it? What we are looking for is one of these. This is an attachment. This screwdriver has attachments for you so you can use sockets with it. It's very nice. Let's see what size it is. Oh, what do you know? It is 10 millimeter. So there you go, 10 mil. And they are on very tight. What I suggest is get you a screwdriver like this, or maybe one like this, and if you need to, if it's on there really tight, you can cheater bar it. Like this one, I just shove it through here and turn, boom, breaks it loose. Factory, they tighten the shit out of things. And they probably use a torque wrench. So let's go ahead and take a picture of what we got here. Okay, we're taking apart this one. We're gonna loosen it. Alright, so now we know where this goes. Boom, picture taken. Now I know there's one other piece that's holding this bastard together. I think it's right here. So we're going to take this one off. And as you can see, it's on very tight. So what did I say to do? Cheater bar. Take this. Boom, look at that. Broke it one try. Didn't even have to try. Now naturally you could just use a ratchet. I have ratchets down here, but some of these you just can't reach with a ratchet. Oh, look at that. Where'd the screw go? That's the only one rule. Where'd that screw go? It goes right there, so we're gonna take a fucking picture of it. Okay? Take a picture of it. And the reason why I'm telling you this, if you don't know where all the pieces go, you want to take pictures. That way, there's no mistaking. Now I'm going to go ahead and take all these parts off. And the reason why is because I want a little bit of room here. Okay. I want some room to work on the other parts. And it's not going to be very easy if all these things are snapped on. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one on the bottom here. Boom. Now I did drop one of my screws down here. And it's not that's not super easy to get to. However, I got it. So there you go. Boom. All right. This is your wiring harness down here. I'm gonna get you some light here, guys. Let me bring it in for you. Okay. Now, I know this is related to our exhaust, and I don't remember exactly what it does, but I know it's related to that. So this I picked up and I moved it over. Boom. You know, it's attached. It's attached to this, goes into here. See? This one goes there. You can tell because the connectors are the same. Let me pull that back so y'all can definitely see. See how that connector is the same color as this one? That's how we know they go together. Now, this wiring harness right here, if we peel this plastic back, this is where your light signals are plugged into. So all you have to do is unplug all these and boom, you can just push it right through this little hole I know y'all can't see that very well, but there's a little hole right there. Boom, you do that. See these little, these Allen head fucking screws right here? These are what you take off to pull this whole ugly big thing off, all right? That's it. And most of your replacement lights are going to have these connectors right here. These stock connectors, they're gonna have those. So that'll definitely give y'all something to work with. That way you know you're doing what you need to do. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get back into it. So we know this connector goes here, and we're gonna probably pull this one back in to be fair. I don't think I needed to even pull it out. I like getting it out of the way though, however. I think there's a cable way under here. There is a cable way. I'm gonna take a picture of this. There's a cable way down here. They like having good cable management. This is just like building a computer. There's a cable way down here. This is what holds the whole shit together. So we're gonna go ahead and, me personally, I'm gonna take these two wires out. Why? Because I wanna take this whole part and move it out of the fucking way because I need to get access to all this stuff and I don't want this in the way. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick picture of what this wiring harness looks like before and after. Now this may be a multi-step video, I don't know, maybe an hour-long video. I'm sorry if it is. This may not apply to you, but if you have a 2020, I know a lot of people haven't done the 2020 edition or the 2019 for that matter, anything related to this. Not very many videos are up, so you know, if you don't know what you're getting into, this is, you know, I'm not a mechanic, but I can tell you these are the things you need to do, and I won't take responsibility for you breaking your bike. If you break your bike, make sure you take pictures of everything you're doing, right? I'm gonna like to do this to my bike because I have confidence in my ability. If you don't have confidence, you can always get somebody else to work on it. That's not a problem. There's plenty of people that will work on your stuff. There we go. So we got this piece off. Boom. I'm gonna lean it down here. Be really careful so you're not scratching any fucking thing down there, right? Now, that is the wiring harness for all of the electronics in the back. And what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take all this shit apart. Every single piece that's in here, we're taking off, okay? We're gonna figure out where the fuck it goes, take it apart. And let me tell you, it is not easy. This motherfucker does not want to work. Sometimes you gotta give it a little bit of this here screwdriver and get it out of there. Harnesses are actually a pain in the ass. I wonder what the hell they were thinking when they used this specific type. I'm actually not even sure they pull these off. I mean, usually these things are self-explanatory, so I'm sure it's something really simple. There's something to note here. There is actually several different things in here. Almost got you. We almost got you. Come on. Come on. Come on. There it is. We're going to take a picture of that. Anytime I take anything off, what do? Take a picture. Why? Because I want to make sure I'm putting it exactly where it's supposed to go when I'm done. Okay? This cap goes to that. Check, check. Awesome. Guys, remember to hydrate. It's good for me. Also, I had way too much salt today. Whew. It's hot. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get the rest of this real quick. Uh-oh, that might be our parts. $314, no, maybe not. Alright, what have we here? This is some type of big ass thing you gotta push the fucking shit out of to get this. There we go. Check. Now, cool thing is Kawasaki is really good about color coding all their pieces. So, generally speaking, these are really easy to get out. Okay. Now, we got the entire wiring harness. Take it apart. Go ahead and take pictures of these, what these look like. The orange to orange, black to black. We're gonna take a picture. Boom. I'm gonna go grab water real quick. There's water right there. Alright. Gotta change real quick, it's very hot outside. So, can y'all guess what this is? Well,